Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are unboxing and taking a look at the Archetypal Astrology Oracle, a 55 card deck and guidebook by Jon Waller. This is published by Findhorn Press. Thank you so much for sending this deck my way. It retails for $30 in the US and $37.50 in Canada, and of course I will link where you can legitimately purchase this down in the description box below if you wish to. So let's get into it. Vividly bringing the planetary archetypes to life, the Archetypal Astrology Oracle deck invites you to explore and deepen your relationship to self and cosmos in a new and inspiring way. The 55 full color cards feature every planetary archetype individually, the sun, moon, and planets, as well as each possible combination of two celestial bodies. The card interpretations explore how the cosmic bodies or aspects can positively or negatively affect your life, how to integrate their lessons, and how to navigate their transits. Drawing insight from Jungian and contemporary psychology, current psychedelic therapy research, and the work of Stanislav Grof, this oracle can be used for divination, aiding dream work, or creating a tableau of your archetypal astrology birth chart for deeper insight. Well, all right, I'm quite excited because I do love an astrology deck, and this seems to be a little bit different than the ones that I have currently reviewed in the past. Okay, we do have, oh my gosh, she's thick. Just a thick book. And then we got the cards down below. So before we get into the deck, I do want to take a peek at the guidebook to see if there's anything we need to know other than what we just read. All right. Introduction. We do have the basics of chart reading, which is awesome. How to use this deck, and then how to read the book. And then the cards are sectioned off. So we have the planetary archetypes, planetary pairs, and then about the author. All right. There's a lot of info in here, so that's really cool to see, especially if you are a beginner and need help with anything astrology. So how to use this deck. Some of you will use the cards mostly in divination and an intuitive matter, and others will use the cards as helpful visual reminders and an evocative addition to ongoing astrological practice. So then use your intuition. If you are totally new to astrology, you can still use this deck the same way you would use any oracle deck. Awesome. And then as a learning tool, by engaging with the cards and reading the related chapters, you will become increasingly literate in the language of the planetary archetypes. And then self-knowing, so how to use this with your birth chart, and then timing, so understanding the transits with that as well. So then we have lots of ways to read this book too, with the chapter structure, aspects versus transits, beyond gendered archetypes, and that's it. Perfect. Okay, let's get into it. I'm excited. All right. The back of the cards are really pretty, and they're on the thinner side. So I wouldn't quite call it like a medium thickness. It's a little bit more towards the thinner side, but I'm not mad at that yet. It's very flexible, it's still snapping back. And with it being a bigger card, I think it'll be nice to have a thinner cardstock. So if you're shuffling, it might make it easier on your hands. All right, a number up top, title at the bottom, the sun. I love the fractals. The moon. What a cool concept. It's not just like, here's the planet. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Stained glass for Venus. Ooh. That's gorgeous. We still have those rings for Saturn. Ooh. I love that. It looks like new birth is coming out of that. New life. Love, love, love this combo right here with the sun and moon. Very whimsy goth feel. I like the way that this is also like conveying a feeling intuitively. It's very interesting. All right, now we have the moon with the planets. Whoop. There's a slight gloss, but I wouldn't call it like a glossy deck. It feels more like a matte. Ooh, that's fun. Knowledge is power. Ooh. We're with the Venus patterns now. That's interesting. And Mars. Ooh. It's pretty. And Saturn. Ooh. Uranus. Neptune. All right, let's see how they shuffle. Oh yeah, very flexible. I'm gonna try side to side this way, because this might be easier on my hands. Oh yeah, that feels more comfortable. And overhand, not bad. All right, let's get a card to read, please. I'm gonna read for Mars or Venus and Mars. Here is a reminder what that looks like. Okay, so down below it says, if you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. It says Katharine Hepburn, Venus square Mars. You be the rose and I'll be the prickle. You can be the Raida and I the chili pickle. You can play the pollen and I'll portray the bee. And you can make us lovely and I will set us free. Cute little poem. The Venus-Mars pair. Here is where the principle of love, friendship, temptation, and sensual pleasure meets that of desire, passion, courage, physicality, and urgency. Venus and Mars need one another very much, for without Mars, your inner Venus might be passive, lazy, disinterested, and preoccupied with shallow pleasures. Meanwhile, without Venus, your inner Mars may never grow out of its impetuous and impulsive tendencies toward anger, impatience, and trivial competitiveness. Mars shakes Venus up and activates your desire for love and beauty, while Venus softens Mars and places your energy and vigor in service to what is truly valuable. Gifts. One part of integrating Venus-Mars is about activating and deepening your relationship to desire. Modern cultures tend to perform something of a sleight of hand when it comes to affording the fulfillment of desire. You are told that in order to succeed and be healthy, you must avoid overindulgence and be disciplined, while at the same time you are offered an endless buffet of shallow and addictive pleasures that prey on your weaknesses and provide you only with short-term distraction. In fact, temptation, lust, and pleasure are natural facets of experience that should be honored and not repressed or trivialized. Not only do they make life more colorful, they also have a role to play in your development as a person and your movement toward wholeness. In time, lust can ripen into love, pleasure can widen into wonder, temptation can be a doorway into feeling and intuition. As Judo Krishnamurti, a Venus conjunct Mars, says, without passion, you cannot do anything vital. Another branch of the Venus-Mars path is about developing a playful and dynamic attitude towards creative expression and sexuality. Both sex and the arts are concerned with the creation and sharing of beauty and pleasure, the performance of acts of skill and prowess in the name of sensual delight, a heightening of the senses that gives meaning to the moment and allows you to feel the intense rapture of being alive. These are meeting places between courage and vulnerability, where fear of failure or rejection is overcome by the soul's deep craving for connection and stimulation. Connecting with someone sexually and sharing your creative expression with the world can both feel tremendously exposing. They both involve showing yourself off, not only the manicured, well-tended persona that you are comfortable wearing, but also the naked truth of your being, including all the parts that you don't know how to manage or control. But with Venus-Mars, you know, or at least know how to believe, that it will be worth the risk. And then there are challenges and then invitations. So I won't read the challenges, but since the invitations is smaller, I'll read that. Venus-Mars is also very supportive for creative expression, especially in any way that is extroverted, performative, or physically active. There really is no better time to dance than transits between Venus and Mars, even if you just put your headphones on and dance around the living room on your own. That said, Venus-Mars loves company and adores an audience. Other creative acts that fit the bill include playing music, performing songs or poetry to friends at gatherings or open mic nights, or any kind of expression that requires you to move your body and work up a sweat. I think that this is very interesting. I am excited to get to know this more because I feel like this is a great learning tool and something to help kind of visualize what the energy is between the two planets and the planets themselves with the imagery here. I will say some of this art feels very AI-like, but in the credits here, it does say text and illustrations by Jon Waller. So while I do not know if there is any, AI usage because it doesn't say, it does give Jon Waller the credit of the art. So with that being said, that is as much information as I see on here. If I do find any more about the art, I will let it be known in the description box. But as of right now, that's what I see. So if it does feel AI to you, just know that I've kind of clocked that too. I don't know if that was the intention, but other than that, it's beautiful. I feel like it's well done with the way that the energy represents the planet and the planet energies between both of them. But some of it does feel, from what I have seen with AI art, it does feel a little bit like that. So I can't really judge that without it being indicated that it is actually AI art. And I love the different styles that go through it. And I do think it's a really good representation of what we see here. The quality is pretty decent. I do not mind the thinness of the cards just because, like I said, it is a wider and bigger deck. So it's easier to shuffle when it's a thinner cardstock. But other than that, it shuffles really great. And it is a nice size to work with, especially if you are using it to learn and have a visual representation of that. The information alone in the guidebook is worth the checkout of this deck because there's so much here that even if you are well versed in astrology and transits, this might be something to go a little bit further into for you that maybe you haven't gotten that perspective before. So definitely worth checking out if this is something that you feel attracted to or drawn to. 55 cards and a nice thick guidebook. I'm here for it. I would love to know what you guys think of this deck. Is this something that you are interested in? Is this something that you are excited about? What do you think about the art? Do you think it is AI? Let me know because, like I said, I'm not seeing anything on here. And if it were AI art, and it wasn't disclosed, is that something that you would still consider okay? Because we do have these discussions a lot now that AI is a topic of conversation in the creative space, whether we see that as ethical or something that should be included and accepted all across the board. So that's why I bring it up. This is no judgment right off the bat, especially since it's not indicated. So just want to make that clear. All that being said, thank you so much to Feinhorn Press for sending this deck my way. I am very excited to learn more about the guidebook and to, get to know it a little bit better. Now I would love to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.